You love comic books.
I do.
You guys are fans?
I am a big comic book fan. I grew up mostly DC. It's very controversial because there's a lot of Marvel stuff out there. Marvel guy, a lot of DC. Love Batman, love Vigilante, which was a very popular comic book. And over the years, I've kind of stopped reading them and now just see the movies because my wife, I don't think, would get it. But yeah, I'm definitely, like, whenever there's a new comic book movie out, we'll see it opening week. Although I haven't seen Man of Steel yet because I heard it's not good. Not good. You liked it?
I like Parsley. Kevin Costner is fantastic.
Yeah, I really liked the beginning, but by the end it was sort of like, all right, enough chasing people around. Like I started yawning in action sequences, and that's always
That's
rough.
bad. That's bad.
There's just like too many action sequences back to back.
I heard something funny though. Someone's like, it's great because he kills the bad guy, but like 1 billion people die. Like,
Metropolis is no more.
Yeah.
Well,
He couldn't
I mean,
deal with the loss of that
we're
one more
going to be
family.
overpopulated, so
Well, yeah, it's actually he's thinning the guys.
if we got to
He's thinning
shed
the
1 billion
herd.
people, then
He's thinning the herd.
So be it.
yeah.
So, Taran, I know who you play on the show. I actually don't know who you guys play on the show.
I play Muscle Man.
Okay.
Who's
right. So,
Proc's best
I was just
sycophantic, very dim but strong friend.
I'm just now becoming acquainted with the show.
Oh no, absolutely.
Right.
And this
And
young
I'm
lady.
Perfect Man.
Perfect Man.
Oh,
Who,
right.
yeah, is sort of part of the Awesomes, and then when Mr. Awesome leaves, he decides to sort of shoot out on his own and become.
Rival. Almost.
Yeah.
a
So
little bit.
you have the daddy issues. What are the daddy issues?
No, I don't have the daddy
No,
issues.
Proc has a daddy issues.
Yeah. I'm sort of looked at as Mr. Awesome's favorite son that
apparent.
he never had, although we're not related.
Yeah.
And so, and I kind of, Perfect Man's very cocky, full of himself, doesn't think he needs a team, and will,
Wants to work solo.
Yeah.
He wants to work solo.
So I'm not on the posters
So-
because I'm not, because he's not in the Awesome.
You get a solo poster.
I might get a solo poster.
It won't be hung anywhere, but you'll still get one.
So, Seth mentioned that all of you are recording your voice work in 30 Rock, basically.
Well, the New York guys like you and Bobby, all the SNL cats are there, and then the LA crews, me and you and Emily Spivey and Paula Pell.
Right.
Okay, so it's kind of a bi-coastal thing. to
It
record an
is
episode.
absolutely.
But when we go in to record, usually Seth and Mike will be on the phone, or they'll be in the can, so you'll do a line a few times, and then you like chat when you get in, which is
It's kind of fun.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You're on a conference call, but then there are other people sitting there who don't hear what they're saying to you.
And so it looks crazy because it looks like you're laughing at some of your box sets. You're like, "That's right, dog." And they can't.
And it feels inappropriate because there are people sitting there waiting
For you.
to do
They're like,
work.
"Hey, I'm glad you're catching up with your brother. I have a family of myself. I would like to go home too." So.
So, what were some of the touchstones you used when you were doing this? Like, did you look at some of the other animated shows? Did you look more like to the cartoons that you liked as a kid?
I mean, for me, growing up loving The Simpsons, loving, like Pixar things like The Incredibles, stuff like that. I guess that's kind of in my mind when they first told me like that. I was thinking, oh, it's like a super funny Incredibles, more funny Incredibles. So that was kind of in my mind. But then I started reading the scripts and seeing that, oh, it's different. It's a whole different kind of thing. But I'd say those.
Yeah, I think doing something with your friends, which is different from auditioning, I didn't put as much weight into like what are they trying to achieve because they were sitting right next to me to just say higher, faster, slower, better sounding. So yeah, it was sort of fun and Frantic, who I play, is one of the bigger personalities and a bit of a character, and there was like a stretch of dialogue. It was literally like half a page monologue that they wanted me to spit out rapid fire, and I was able to do it in one take.
That's hard. That's like the guy that did the Micro Machine commercials.
Yeah,
that guy?
that's who I channeled. I channeled the guy from the Micro
guy.
Machine commercials.
Where is that guy
Yeah.
now? My God.
He's around.
Do you think he still talks fast, like when he's ordering food? He's like, I'm gonna have to
I went to college with a kid whose dad invented Micro Machines, and like apparently he was like super wealthy, and people were always like upset and like jealous of him. And it was like, that invented like tiny cars. It was like,
Matchbox?
Yeah.
Shrink them.
Make him
that's
small.
my dad.
Yeah.
Make him small and have a fast talking man.
That's my dad. Who wants pizza? I'm buying.
Well, on the subject of working with friends, like what were some of the challenges that comes with working with friends as opposed to?
I mean, I think the challenge is on their side to have to give us notes.
Right.
Probably, like
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
there's no challenge. It's like just fun, but like I would imagine, not that it happened a whole lot, but like I'm sure that if, like when I first heard the character with Muscle Man, like I was like gonna play him like this, play him very big, and like, what's that?
Like Bane.
Like yes. But then Seth and Mike were like, hey, just talk as yourself. Like you're already a strong dumb guy, so just talk as yourself. So I think
Did they
that's,
say strong?
they said dumb shit, which I thought was a bit much.
I think it might have been strange for some of the sound people who worked on the show to have my brother on the phone giving me a line reading and then me reading it back, but we have very similar voices. Do it like this, and then I do it, and we just sound exactly alike. So I hope they knew which one was him and which one was me. And
3 of our
like,
sound engineers killed themselves. Over the confusion. They couldn't handle the stress, and they blew their brains out right there in the studio.
But it's much easier working with friends and family.
It's more fun.
I got worried about consistency because you'd come in and you'd maybe record like 2 episodes, and then it would be like a month and a half, and they'd call me back and I'd be like, what did I do before? What did I do before?
You do it in pieces.
Yeah.
And you can't watch it. It's not like a live show.
Exactly.
Or a tape show where you
Hulu willing, if there's a second season, I feel it'll be much easier because we'll have seen 10 episodes to kind of
base it off of. But then we'll all be replaced by bigger stars.
all over
They'll be like, now Michael Fassbender's Muscle Man. It's like, oh, great. Awesome.
Was there any times that having to work under like a time schedule and having to do all your lines bi-coastal and everything like that you wanted to kind of improvise a little more? You think, like, did you guys get enough story to actually think about it, or did you just read lines?
There was a couple times where we bent lines a little bit, or we tried to add it in a few things, because there was a couple times where we hadn't drawn it yet, and they took the audio first, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But there was definitely a little bit of bending. You can't go off script completely.
Because the line after yours will probably be
not congruous with
the first time I would see the script too is literally when I would sit down to record it, and I would record the stuff, and there'd be a little play, and I'd take the sheets with me just because I wanted to know what it was about, and it was then that I was like, I wish I could have added this or something.
But there was, it's small lateral changes, more like tiny words you can lose here and there to make it sound a little more natural.
Oh, see, I was like, no, I wish I was the lead. Right, I wish I'd improvised that I was the lead of the show.
You wanted to play every character.
I did.
Like, in your mind, you thought this was going to be like the Clumps. So you just play every character, and it wasn't.
But I did the voice of the Clumps for all the same.
Which they had a sit-down meeting with you and said, this is enough. You're making a mockery of our cartoon. You can knock it off.
You want to go for one last question?
I love your work in the mini project.
Oh,
my wife is a big fan.
Oh, nice. I get that a lot. Most guys come up and are like, hey, man, the mini project's great. My wife got me to the show. She was like, but thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Oh, really? Oh, he flipped the script on me. There we go. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So as far as working together on Saturday Night Live, working together on this, are you guys involved in the creative process, or are you just reading the lines? And what's your level of involvement?
Reading the lines.
It's really reading the lines. A lot of times, I feel like if it's someone you don't know or it's someone you don't really trust, you will push more to say, hey, I think it really should be this way. But Mike and Seth are 2 guys that we've known for so long and are so smart and so funny that I have complete faith. Like he said, you should just record your lines and you leave. So I always knew it would just kind of come together.
And then having a guy like Judd Winnick to sort of come in and, who's
story stuff
like
out.
Schooled in this world.
Yeah, he's a badass.
And Seth has said like how great he's sort of, made the series and things that
Seth is just gonna talk over your lines.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he can.
That would be
He's welcome to. I mean, there was a day when they wanted me to come in and record, and I was like, they're coming to fix my air conditioning, and I don't want to. It's going to be like a weekend. It's going to be really hot, and they're like, all right, we'll push our recording. So maybe on those days, if it's up in the future, Seth will be like, I'll do these. I'll just do it. Yeah. My mother might know, but other than that,
she would
know.
Yeah. I would.
Mother always knows.
Mother always knows. Best. What if I just flew away after I said